Number 10. Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler, born on August 3, 1973 in Worcester, Massachusetts, started working in concrete at 11, shaping his strong work ethic. At 18, he began weight training. Encouraged by personal trainer Marcos Rodriguez, Cutler ventured into bodybuilding, competing in his first show, the Teen Nationals, at 19. Fast forward, he turned professional and won the Mr. Olympia title 4 times, solidifying his status as one of the greatest bodybuilders. Jay Cutler, a 4-time Mr. Olympia winner highly respected by fans and competitors, has openly discussed his past use of steroids in recent interviews.
When did you learn about anabolic steroids? Because that is a part of bodybuilding.
When I showed up at the Teen Nationals, I could see guys in better condition and guys that have more mature muscle at 17, 18, 19. And that's when I realized, wow, this is something that if I'm going to continue to do, I'm going to have to dabble in something like that.
Unlike many, Cutler doesn't shy away from this topic and has dispelled misconceptions about the extent of his PED usage. He credits performance-enhancing drugs for positively impacting his career, though he no longer uses them, having transitioned to HRT, hormone replacement therapy. Reflecting on his journey, Cutler expresses no regrets, believing he started at the right time to pursue bodybuilding passionately. While some may question the legitimacy of bodybuilders who use steroids, Cutler remains dedicated to the sport. Jay Cutler is renowned for his hard work, excellent genetics, and posing. His quad stomp pose became famous after first performing at the Mr. Olympia in 2009, earning him a loud cheer from the audience and cementing his name. Despite only winning the title 4 times, he is still grouped with legends like Ronnie and Arnold because it can be argued that Jay's 4 Mr. Olympia victories were achieved in a highly competitive era, facing formidable opponents like Ronnie Coleman, Dexter Jackson, and Phil Heath. Number 9. Flex Wheeler. Kenneth Flex Wheeler, born on August 23, 1965, is a retired American bodybuilder. He won the Arnold Classic 4 times, which was a record then. Arnold Schwarzenegger once praised him as one of the greatest bodybuilders he had ever seen. Another famous bodybuilder, Ronnie Coleman, said that Wheeler was the best competitor he had ever faced. Flex Wheeler was a bodybuilder who relied on steroids throughout his career to maintain his top position in bodybuilding. His physique resembled a superhero, with well-defined muscles, a tiny waist, and impressive legs. Recently, Wheeler openly admitted to using performance-enhancing substances as part of his bodybuilding journey. This confession has ignited discussions within the fitness community about the prevalence of steroid use among athletes and the pressures they face to achieve remarkable physiques.
From 13 to 19, I competed in tons of AAU shows, so I started building a foundation, and I used sports technology drugs to enhance my physique.
Wheeler's honesty about his steroid use has also raised awareness of the potential risks associated with these substances. His story serves as a reminder of the challenges athletes encounter in competitive sports and underscores the importance of transparency in discussing the realities of the fitness industry. After 18 years of consistent steroid use, Wheeler faced medical issues that made it difficult for him to stop taking steroids despite his desire to do so. He underwent a kidney transplant, which necessitated continued use of medical steroids to maintain his health. Additionally, Wheeler admitted to using steroids since the age of 18, citing a difficult childhood marked by molestation and early parenthood. Many who know his life story may understand and sympathize with his decision to use steroids as a means of coping and achieving success. One of his peak years was in 1993 at the Arnold Classic in Mr. Olympia, where he delivered an impressive performance that showcased an incredible and remarkable physique. Unfortunately, he placed second at the Mr. Olympia that night, facing the formidable Dorian Yates, who also had a peak year and ultimately won without a doubt. Despite winning the Arnold Classic that year, Flex still lamented facing off against the mass monster Yates during his best performance. Number 8. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger is perhaps the most famous bodybuilder to openly admit to using steroids. He acknowledged using them before competitions to maintain muscle mass during the cutting phase.
Steroids are taken 8 or 9, 10 weeks before competition. It's not a healthy thing to do, but it's being used.
Did you take them?
I took them, yeah, up until the competition.
During the pumping iron golden era of bodybuilding, steroids were not as stigmatized as they are today. Schwarzenegger, a 6-time consecutive Mr. Olympia champion, is an icon of inspiration and success. Despite his towering presence, it's important to acknowledge his steroid use. Schwarzenegger openly discusses his calculated steroid use, stating it was under a doctor's guidance to enhance his physique and excel in bodybuilding. He claims no regrets, asserting he maintained balance and never abused his body. Schwarzenegger's transparency about steroid use sheds light on the prevalent experimentation among bodybuilders in his era. In the late 70s, when Arnold was in his prime, steroids were legal and widely available, with their side effects less documented than today. Experts suggest Arnold's steroid use was minimal compared to some modern bodybuilders. Despite this, Arnold remains a hero to many and is admired for his achievements in and out of the bodybuilding world. Number 7. Dorian Yates. Dorian Yates was born on the 19th of April 1962 in Solihull, Warwickshire, England. He is a 6-time Mr. Olympia winner, and he is renowned for his honesty about using anabolic steroids. He not only admitted to using steroids, but also openly discussed it, unlike many other bodybuilders.
First thing I ever took was Dynabol, 20 milligrams a day of Dynabol. I took that for 6 weeks, and then I switched over to one Primobolan shot a week and a little bit of Anabol, like 15 milligrams or something. That's kind of like bikini girls use that now.
Often referred to as the Shadow due to his mysterious persona in bodybuilding, Yates recently spoke out in an interview about his steroid use. Surprisingly, after 12 years of consistent use, he remains unaffected by any adverse effects. Yates reached his peak in 1993, displaying an incredible physique with finely sculpted lines, particularly in his massive and expansive back. It was relatively easy for him to defeat Flex, despite Flex delivering his best performance on the stage that year. Yates continued his winning streak until 1997. Yates acknowledges the controversial nature of steroid use, viewing it as a personal choice. He highlights its prevalence in competitive bodybuilding, noting the significant disadvantage of competing without steroids. Additionally, Yates points out how steroid-induced aggression can be channeled positively in the gym, emphasizing the importance of using such energy constructively. Even writing about it for Muscular Development in 2011, Dorian Yates is widely respected as one of the top bodybuilders in history. His admission of steroid use has not tarnished his status. Yates is admired by many for his strong work ethic and determination. Unlike some other legends who may have had genetic advantages, Yates relied on dedication, rigorous training, and steroids. He is also considered one of the most open legends when it comes to discussing the use of steroids. Number 6. Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman was born in 1964, an 8-time Mr. Olympia champion, and is celebrated for his remarkable physique and relentless competitive drive. Despite his accomplishments as a police officer, Coleman was required to abide by the law, which meant avoiding the use of steroids, which are illegal in the United States. However, Coleman, also known as the King, recently spoke candidly about his past steroid use. He admitted to using steroids at the age of 30 after 6 years of staying drug-free. Before that, he was known as a powerlifter, but later transitioned into the bodybuilding industry. During a frank discussion on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast in June 2020, Coleman revealed his reasons for turning to steroids to enhance his competitive edge.
And you would get prescriptions for steroids?
Yeah.
What kind of steroids would they give you a prescription for?
Like any kind of test, you need it. They would give growth hormone. They give prescriptions because once the DEA came in, they was like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all taking?
He acknowledged their role in achieving his massive size, attributing some of his success to genetics. Despite his apparent resilience to the harmful effects of steroids, Coleman stressed the dangers of addiction and firmly stated his disapproval of their use. Coleman was often suspected of using more than just protein shakes and chicken to achieve his impressive physique. Known for his size, definition, and strength, Coleman's admission of steroid use finally came in a 2011 issue of Muscular Development magazine. While there are circulating videos in which Coleman admits to steroid use, many of these are manipulated or lack proper context. Additionally, Ronnie earned the nickname The King, not only for his incredible physique, but also for his remarkable strength. He showcased unparalleled power on and off the stage with lifts, including an 800-pound deadlift, 800-pound squat, and 500-pound bench press. His records are incredibly challenging to surpass. Number 5. Rich Piana. Rich Piana, a former bodybuilder, exemplifies the pervasive influence of steroids in modern bodybuilding. Piana, who won the National Physique Committee Mr. Teen California title in 1989, relied heavily on steroids, viewing them as a shortcut to success. While he initially saw rapid results from steroid use, it came at a significant cost. Tragically, Piana paid with his life. At 1:30 p.m. on August 7, 2017, Piana collapsed while getting a haircut at his home in Clearwater, Florida. Despite efforts by his wife, Jansen, to perform CPR until paramedics arrived, Piana's heartbeat was restored, but brain damage had occurred due to lack of oxygen. Speculation arose regarding recreational drug use, but his wife denied any involvement, mentioning Piana occasionally snorted a high-caffeine pre-workout supplement. After spending 2 weeks in a coma, Piana passed away on August 25, 2017 at the age of 46. An autopsy revealed significant heart disease and enlarged organs due to steroid and hormone use, but the exact cause of death remained inconclusive, fueling conspiracy theories. Despite rumors of Rich using synthol to enhance his arm muscles, which led to widespread criticism, he still inspired the younger generation with over 1.31 million YouTube subscribers. He also remained active in bodybuilding events to motivate and advise aspiring athletes. While he may not have won prestigious titles, he leaves a significant legacy. Many well-known bodybuilders and fans still revere Rich. His passing has left many expressing their condolences. Rest in peace. Take a moment to honor this untitled hero. Number 4. Noel Deel. Noel Deel, born September 30th, 1984, is a South African fitness YouTuber, TikTok star, and bodybuilder. He gained popularity for his concise fitness videos, typically lasting under 2 minutes, where he shares fitness tips, workout routines, and comedic content. Noel Deel recently made headlines after calling out fitness influencers for promoting unrealistic standards and misleading their followers. Deel's criticism came after he admitted to using steroids himself. His confession shed light on the prevalence of steroid use in the fitness industry and the pressure on influencers to maintain an impressive physique. Deel's call for transparency and honesty among fitness influencers has sparked discussions about the authenticity of online fitness content and the responsibility of influencers to promote healthy and achievable goals. This revelation serves as a reminder of the importance of integrity and honesty in portraying fitness journeys and the potential risks associated with striving for unattainable standards. Number 3. Branch Warren. Branch Warren, born in Tyler, Texas, grew up on a cattle ranch before relocating to Fort Worth. He rose to prominence as a bodybuilder, finishing second at the 2009 Mr. Olympia and winning the 2011 and 2012 Arnold Classic competitions. Warren trained at the Metroflex Gym in Arlington, Texas, alongside Johnny Jackson and previously with Janny Kroc. Unfortunately, Warren sustained a career-ending injury when he slipped on wet pavement, rupturing his right quadriceps tendon. This incident prevented him from training for an extended period, attributed to his muscles being enlarged beyond natural limits due to steroid use. Throughout his career, Warren faced scrutiny regarding his alleged steroid use, with speculation about his steroid cycle, including a high intake of dianabol and a testosterone base. Despite retiring from professional bodybuilding in 2015 and shifting focus to entrepreneurship by founding Wicked Cuts Jerky, Warren's social media presence suggests he remains dedicated to bodybuilding and continues to use steroids, maintaining his physique. Number 2. The Rock. Dwayne Johnson, widely known as The Rock, has faced speculation and rumors regarding his potential use of steroids throughout his career. Despite these rumors, Johnson has consistently denied any involvement with performance-enhancing drugs. However, in a recent interview, Johnson admitted to using steroids earlier in his career when he was a professional wrestler. This admission surprised many fans who had previously believed Johnson's assertions of natural physique development. Johnson's acknowledgement of steroid use has sparked discussions about the pressures and demands of professional wrestling and the entertainment industry as a whole. It also raises questions about the prevalence of steroid use in sports and entertainment, highlighting the importance of transparency and honesty in athletes' narratives. Number 1. Liver King. Liver King, also known as Brian Johnson, is renowned for motivating others through rigorous workout videos and his consumption of raw foods. Some of his videos depict blood from animals around his mouth. When questioned by both fans and critics about his possible steroid use, Johnson initially denied the allegations but eventually confessed under pressure from his followers. This revelation has sparked controversy and raised doubts about the authenticity of his achievements, shedding light on the pressures individuals face in pursuing physical perfection. Johnson's admission has prompted discussions about the prevalence of steroid use in the fitness industry and the importance of honesty and transparency in showcasing one's accomplishments. Fans have taken legal action against him, possibly citing false advertising or health concerns related to these practices. New York resident Christopher Altamare has filed a lawsuit against Liver King and his brands Ancestral Supplements LLC and The Fittest Ever LLC. The suit alleges that Johnson deceived consumers into purchasing his products by promoting a shredded physique attained through a diet of raw meats and adhering to the 9 ancestral ways of living. However, it implies that Liver King's controversial practices have resulted in legal repercussions from disgruntled fans. The compensation amount is reportedly up to $25 million.